show on the buzzer. Frank Root with the early drum roll, and Mark Miller forgetting to go when the buzzer sounded. Remember, top guys work together. Right now it's Smalley, Casper, Swanson, Brown looking to go in the main. Mark. No motor? All right. No. Oh, no. A wire. Miller losing a wire. What's that? Is that a C wire? Did he lose a C wire? Dang it. Mark Miller only with A and B firing right now. Alex is like, why do you have 3 wires on your motor? I only have 2. What is that third wire for? Speaking of that, why do you have another wire with 8 wires coming out of it too? What is this madness? Yeah, I just have a couple big pieces of wire soldered straight onto my motor. And I'm in the A. Look at me. All right, your leader is Casper. We're going to bump into the main. That'll seat him 7th in the main event. Swanson in the 2 spot. That'll put him 8th. Smalley will look to be 9th. And Dan Brown will be 10th if they finish in this order. Brad Purdue running in the 5 spot. He's on the outside looking in. Brad right now feeling like the kid that got left after soccer practice. Mom forgot to pick him up. Sitting with a dark cloud over his head, kicking a can out in the street. Sitting back on the curb, maybe putting his head in his hands, saying, I want to go to the main. Come on. 2 minutes down and 3 minutes left to go for Casper. No, but he's upside down. However, Casper can still lose 3 spots and go to the main event. However, starting 7th would be much nicer than starting 10th. Casper still out front. Swanson, Smalley, 1, 2, 3. Brown by the line of the 4. Here comes Purdue by the line in the 5. We got 2:45 left to go, and race number 4. Sportsman 8 scale B main event. You guys are up next. We will not be taking 10 into that main, just because that is too much chaos. We will be taking 8 cars into that main event. So that means 2 will bump up. 2 will bump up in the 8 scale class. You guys are up next. 8 scale B main. Doug Shelp, Jermaine Stewart, Scott Kelly, Harley Hall, Eddie J, T Webb, and Bruce Pettis. You guys are up next. Have your 8 scale buggies ready. 2:15 left to go for Casper. Swanson. Smalley fastest on the track takes over the 2 with a 19.2 hot lap. Casper with a 19.3. Swanson a 19.7. Brown a 19.7. Purdue with a 19.8. Purdue going upside down. He was reeling in Brad Purdue. Still reeling in Dan Brown. Still 2 minutes left to go in this one. Purdue not out of this one yet. Brown gets a little hung up on the curbing. Purdue doing the same thing, but he made it to his advantage here. Minute 45 to go. The battle to watch is between that white, blue and black, and the white and pink. Brad trying to reel in Brown. Minute 30 left to go. Swanson gets sideways in the whoops. Brown going to make up some time, but even if Brown gets around, that's not going to matter for transfer spots at least. They'll both still transfer. Brad needs to catch up. 1:20 left to go. Oh, turn marshal. Caution on the backstretch. That may have been the nail in the coffin there for Purdue. Now he has to hope for someone to break. All the meanwhile, Casper checked out of this one. Not quite though. Smalley trying to reel him in. Not going to matter though, one way or another. Both of them should be transferring to that A main. 1 minute left on the clock. Smalley through the woods, nice. Down the backstretch, Casper in the sweeper. Smalley in the sweeper. There's 1, there's 2. Down the backstretch is 3 and 5. Swanson by the line of 3. Purdue by the line of 5. Here's Brown by the line in the number 4 spot. Final transfer position for the main. 40 seconds left to go. A couple laps left in this one before we get into the 8 scale class. Big old man cars. Eddie J's going. Huh? Oh, converted. converted from a triple X. Oh, okay, for extra strength, extra added rigidity. That is time on the clock, and Casper going to the show. Smalley going to the show. Swanson going to qualify in the 9 spot, going to the main event, and Dan Brown going to be the last one in the main on the number 10.